I am now creating weekly exclusive content for Patreon, so if you are interested in that, go check out the link down below. And of course, if you want to avoid the random lottery of FIFA points, you want to go straight to the source, buy the players directly, use u7buy.com and use the code TVM at checkout. What is going on, guys? TVM here. Welcome back to another episode of the Norwich City Career Mode. In this episode, we have a pre-recorded game and a live game. And it is a pretty formidable opponent that we play in our second game as well. Up first, though, we have West Ham United away from home, so it's not going to be an easy one. I think they've signed Pau Torres. Is it Pau Torres? The centre-back, the Spaniard. We, of course, haven't signed anyone new since you last saw. Sangar makes his debut. And this game, I would say it was always going to be difficult. I think every game is going to be somewhat difficult. They keep the ball really well, the AI, so it's always problematic to try and get any sort of chances. And when you do have chances, you need to really make them count. If I were playing with better players, like sort of mid-80, 90 rated players, who knows? Look at this for a free kick. Yarmolenko, you absolute master. That is such a good goal, and we're going to see it from another angle. Look at that. It doesn't even move how you expect it to move. It's such a good finish. He may be a player we need to buy purely for free kicks. Saying that, though, I don't really get many free kicks. Down goes Buendia on the right hand side. Plays the ball into Duda, touches it inside, tries to get it across, fails. There goes Barco, and it falls somehow to Cantwell. It was a very dodgy goal. Our first attack of the game. It wasn't pretty by any stretch of the imagination, but it worked. 1-1, and at that point, honestly, I was just hoping we could hold out for a point because we have not been playing very well this game. And West Ham have been absolutely rampant in possession, dominant. They've had chances, they've hit posts, they've forced great saves from Tim Krul. We've been making mistakes and failing to get out from the back. Cantwell, the goal scorer, comes off. Timo Pukki comes on. He hasn't displayed his anger at me yet. Because obviously he's not playing regularly anymore, but we'll have to wait and see what happens. He may sort of creep his way back in. Counter-attack in the 85th minute. There goes Barco, now playing on the right-hand side of the attack. He goes all the way down, plays a great ball in. Goalkeeper makes a great save and it comes out. And I wouldn't say from that, but from that, in a way, stemmed this last-ditch effort and a goal. And we've lost our first game of the season from what I assume is a West Ham youngster, Afolayan. And Moyes congratulating the manager on his defeat. And there we go. Unfortunately, that is where we pick up our first defeat of the season. Deserved as well, because we were not good enough. So a disappointing end to what is an onslaught, really. I mean, they absolutely trounced me in possession right from the beginning. I struggled in that game, and we were lucky to even be in it at the end. Now is deadline day. Now, I would normally make a bigger deal out of this, but I don't think it's going to be a big deal because we don't really have any money left. We have 2 million. We have a wage bill of around 50,000 remaining. So, I could shift it either way. Maybe go after a free transfer. Could get a big free transfer if we can sign one. 106,000, but there aren't really any knocking about. And the problem I have is, if there's no one to sign, who do you sign? I don't want to sign someone for the sake of it. But if I go into this section here and we just have a look at wrong one. If we go into this section, we have a look at the free agents, for example. There isn't anyone in here that I feel like could help us. There aren't any big names in there, as you could expect now from this period. All of the big names, free transfer-wise, would have been signed up. Could maybe look at someone like that to see if he's any good as a replacement, but I don't really need anyone. I think I would be buying them for the sake of it. So, I think see, it's just, they're all like, oh, are they going to be good enough? Are they not? I don't know. I'd rather leave it. And in terms of, like, transfer listed players, there aren't really any decent players on the transfer list that I would consider sign-worthy. And then, I don't have an awful lot of money anyway, so they would really need to be... Hey, Colin Doyle. They would really need to be cheap. And they would also need to be pretty capable. Otherwise, what's the point? Jack Colback, he actually would not have been a terrible signing for us before we got... is it Sangari? That's how I'm going to call him. I'm going to call him Sangari. Before I signed him, maybe I would have considered that, actually. Jack Colback. But, yeah, see, a lot of players... Oh, hello. He's been transfer listed. Now, I don't know how good he is, but in terms of a left back, that's not actually terrible. 2 million, 15%, and I don't know if the player's included as well. Fitzpatrick, maybe. Oh, he's not happy. Well, this is what annoys me about FIFA. Like, if that was Football Manager, there wouldn't be any tantrum. He would have gone, no, it's not enough. How about this? In what world would a manager turn up to a meeting with another manager and the offer comes out, well, we'll give you 2 million. Say in your head you wanted 6. You wouldn't go, oh, no, I'm out. No, that's ridiculous. And walk off. You wouldn't, would you? You'd go, no, that's not good enough. I want 6 million. I want 7 million. You wouldn't just storm off because someone lowballed you. It just wouldn't be a thing. But, you know, it is what it is. Youth staff. There we go. So I could go and hire a scout. That's the other thing I could do. Go and hire like a youth scout guy. Maybe allocate all the budget to Marcus Martin, who could then go and get us a youth player. I think that could be the way forward. The only problem with that is I'm going to need money maybe in January, just in case. So I'd rather not waste my money on a youth coach for a season that we may not even get to. So that's the problem with this, because it's not really a long-term thing. Using the scouting network isn't really something that I'm that bothered with. I think I'm going to keep the money. There's no need to spend every penny that you get. I'm going to keep the money. I'm going to whiz through transfer deadline day, and if there's any update, I will let you know. The team for the upcoming game looks like this. So we have Tim Krul in goal. Aarons is going to be the right back as usual. Godfrey is captain at 21. And we have Simakan at the back as well. Both of those are going to fly up together because they're both in and around the same age. They've both got realistically good potential. We could get our 2 centre-backs for the remainder of this, well, of my tenure anyway. And then Lewis at left-back, of course. We've blocked any offers for him. He's not going anywhere. Cyprian plays now as more of a central midfield type player. And then Sangar goes in there as the CDM. He's had 1 game so far. We lost that game. Am I blaming him? Absolutely. No, I'm not, of course. Buendia out on the right. Duda in the middle. And then Cantwell out on the left with Barco up front for the 2nd game in a row. It didn't work for some reason against West Ham. I don't know why, but he just didn't really have an impact. I brought Timo Pukki on at the end of that game. And Basogog came on as well for Cantwell, I think it was. And I just couldn't really create anything up top. I just couldn't get the ball off them most of the time. So I'm not going to try something once. It didn't work and never try it again. We're going to go into the next game with that style of play once more. The only problem is the game is against Manchester City. This is going to be, I would say, the hardest test we've had so far, and I doubt you can get harder. Liverpool was a tough game. We managed to somehow claw a win out of that one. This is, we're at home again. We play most of our games at home for some reason, but they are the best defensive team in the league. They've only conceded 1 goal so far this season, and they do have a very strong side. You've seen our lineup, but there it is in a glorified Premier League overlay. There's the man we need to look out for. I can't see any new sign-ins amongst their... Oh no, yeah, I can. Is that Ginter? Have they got Ginter at the back? So Edison in goal. We have Walker, Ginter, Laporte and Mendy. So they have improved that defensive position. Thomas Partey comes in there as well. Bernardo Silva, Aguero and Raheem Sterling. And the bench is Sane, Mahrez, Otamendi, Jesus. Milinkovic-Savic has come into the side as well, but he remains on the bench. This is problematic. It's just the pace of Sterling is ridiculous. They just don't play like human opponents do. It's just mad how quick they are. No, hello. 1-0 down, 6 minutes. Well, I was a little bit concerned that this was going to be too easy when we beat Liverpool, and then we beat Newcastle. I think we got a point off Chelsea, and I was thinking, well, maybe might need to adjust sliders here or there, but we have just been absolutely sliced to ribbons there, and he looks like he was going to cry, and I don't blame him, to be honest. We were torn to pieces. Cyprian, ball over to Buendia. That wasn't Cyprian who played it, but Cyprian was the guy who played it initially. There is Cyprian! Oh, he should have scored. 16 minutes in. That's my first attempt, and it's not a bad one. I was tempted to take a touch. It's straight at Edison. Manager can't believe it, and neither can I. Just watch that cut back. Oh, he's gone for goal. And I was just watching the cutback. I'm used to playing online. People in that situation cut back. AI, keep going. Oh, this is... How'd you get it off him? Ball looped over. Aarons defends it, but it comes out to Sterling. Oh, nearly. Completely unmarked Lewis out here. Barcow. Down that left-hand side. He's onside. Barcow. Oh, I thought he scored. I went far post, not near post. He's hit it near post. He was miles off in the end, but I genuinely thought he scored. I wonder why he wasn't running away in celebration. Here is Cyprian, who's good enough to go alone. There's Pookie. Duda. Hello. Pookie. Oh, another save. We are pressure. What the hell is Barco doing? Oh, that's a goal. And it is. And 76 minutes in, and that's game over. I tell you what, though, right? We could have had something from this game. We could have scored a couple of times. Barco had a couple of opportunities. I think Duda had an opportunity. Cantwell in the first half had an opportunity. We've been given chances, and especially the 10 minutes after the restart, we were the better team. But unfortunately, they keep the ball so well, and I'd love to know how they do it. It's mad how good they are at keeping the ball. Final two subs, Buendia and Duda coming off. On comes Basogog and Billy Gilmore in that cam position. He's gone up a rating. He's now 68 rated, so he's getting there. But just needs a little bit more game time. Not quite good enough to be in the starting 11 just yet, but you never know over the course of this season. Here is Gilmore. There goes Basogog. He could be offside, and he is. Comes back for Lewis. Pookie goes on a run. He's got strength more than anything. Plays it to the back stick. Oh, it's not quite good enough. It wasn't a bad ball at all. And arriving was Basogog, but unfortunately, the defender had the measure. Well, it wouldn't have mattered, really, but a goal against Man City would have been very nice. Unfortunately, we have been shut out. I think that's the first team we've failed to score against this season. We've done well up until this point. Yes, okay, we lost our last game. We've lost this game. It's been a bad episode in general, really, for results. But I don't think we were expecting to win that. Let's be honest. I didn't go into that game thinking we can get something. Halfway through, I thought maybe we could score. Maybe we can hang on and get a point. But unfortunately, Aguero was given too much space, and that was the icing on the cake. But there it is. 2-0 at home against Man City. We are just about in view there in 8th place, which, to be fair, after 5 games, to be in 8th position isn't terrible. I know there are maybe 1 or 2 teams beneath us with a game in hand. We play Burnley next, which should be a game that well, it's a game that I'm going into hoping to be able to get a win with anyway. Where the hell are Arsenal, by the way? Oh dear. Arsenal are down in 14th. Newcastle in 18th. Where are West Ham? They beat us, of course. West Ham are literally level on points with us. Of course, we're only 5 games in, so there's not going to be an awful lot of difference in the league up until this point. But we're not doing too badly. If you'd said to me, you're going to take 7 points from your first 5 games, here are the games you've got to play. Liverpool, Man City were in there. I probably would have taken it, to be fair. But there it is. Let me know what you think of the series so far. If you're enjoying it, do me a favour and drop a like. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do so. And I shall catch you in the next one. Goodbye.
Football Index. The game changed. Download the app now.